Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. So this is part 5 of the MCQ series of all sciences, biology, chemistry, and physics. And as per usual, if you haven't watched the previous parts, I highly suggest you do so. And similar to the last video, this will also include Hindi translations for some of the viewers to understand the content a little bit better. So let's get on with the video. Question number 101. The sun's mass is mainly consisted of: is it A, hydrogen, B, helium, C, carbon dioxide, or D, silicon? So the sun's mass is mainly consisted of hydrogen. More specifically, 70% of the sun's mass is consisted of hydrogen, and the 28% goes to helium. Question number 102. Which component of blood helps the blood to clot and stop bleeding? Is it A, red blood cells, B, white blood cells, C, platelets, or D, plasma? So the correct answer here is C, platelets. Platelets are essentially tiny blood cells that help form clots to stop further bleeding. Question number 103. What is needed as a source of energy for vital activities of the body? Is it A, iron, B, calcium, C, water, or D, carbohydrates? Now, even though all of these four are essential for daily activities of the body, is specifically asking for the source of energy, which is derived from D, carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are nutrients most frequently used as energy source, and specifically contain 4 kcal per gram. 104. What is considered as a good source of iodine? Is it A, eggs and meat, B, seafood, C, fresh vegetable and fruits, or D, seeds? And the correct answer here is B, seafood. Seafood are good sources of iodine because they absorb some of the iodine naturally present in seawater. Question number 105. What is essential for the formation of hemoglobin? Is it A, iron, B, calcium, C, water, or D, carbohydrate? So the answer here is A, iron. Iron helps form and oxygenate our body cells and hemoglobin. Question number 106. Hemoglobin is a protein that is found in the blank of the blood. Is it A, plasma, B, platelets, C, red blood cells, or D, white blood cells? So hemoglobin is a protein that is found in the red blood cells. Moving on, question number 107. Biological catalysts that speed up chemical reactions are: is it A, plasma, B, amino acid, C, hemoglobin, or D, enzymes? So here the answer is D, enzymes. Enzymes are protein functioning as catalysts that speed up the reaction by lowering the activation energy. So that is very important to remember. 108. Through photosynthesis, plants transform light energy into which type of energy? Is it A, chemical, B, mechanical, C, radiant, or D, calories? So here the answer is chemical energy. In the process driven by light energy, glucose molecules are constructed from water and carbon dioxide, thus yielding oxygen as the byproduct. 109. Every day, billions of blood cells are produced in: is it A, kidney, B, lungs, C, bone marrow, or D, glands? So here the answer is C, bone marrows. Bone marrows produce approximately 200 billion new blood cells every single day, along with white blood cells and platelets. Question number 110. The pH value of blood is normally between, is it A, 7.25 to 7.35, B, 7.35 to 7.45, C, 7.45 to 7.55, or D, 7.55 to 7.65? So the answer here is B, 7.35 to 7.45. The pH value of blood is normally between 7.35 to 7.45. Question number 111. Which component of the blood fights against infection on wounds? Is it A, plasma, B, platelets, C, red blood cells, or D, white blood cells? So here, the answer is D, white blood cells. White blood cells work to destroy any foreign virus, fungus, or bacteria that may enter the body. Question number 112. Blood plasma, yellowish liquid, consists of water by, is it A, 72%, B, 79%, C, 92%, or D, 99%? So blood plasma, a yellowish liquid, consists of water by 92%. The 92% water helps fill up blood vessels, which keeps blood and other nutrients moving through the heart. So essentially provides a transport system. 113. The Earth's atmosphere is divided into 5 atmospheric layers. The ozone layer lies in the, is it A, stratosphere, B, mesosphere, C, troposphere, or D, thermosphere? So the correct answer here is A, stratosphere. Stratosphere starts just above the troposphere and consists of the ozone layer, which absorbs or scatters solar ultraviolet radiation. Question number 114. Isotopes are atoms with the same number of protons, but that have a different number of, is it A, electrons, B, protons, neutrons, or D, positron? So the correct answer here is neutrons. Isotopes are atoms with the same number of protons, but that have a different number of neutrons. Because they contain a different number of neutrons, the isotope have a different atomic mass. Question number 115. The most abundant component in the Earth's atmosphere or air is it A, hydrogen, B, oxygen, C, nitrogen, or D, carbon dioxide? So which of the following elements is most abundant in the Earth's atmosphere? And the answer is nitrogen, C. 78% of nitrogen is present in the Earth's atmosphere. Question number 116. When salt is added to pure water, its boiling point, is it A, increases, B, decreases, C, remains the same, or D, none of the above? So when you add salt to pure water, its boiling point will increase. A, it will take longer to boil the water when salt is present. Question number 117. The existence of impurities blank the freezing point of water. Is it A, increase the freezing point of water, B, decrease, C, accelerate, or D, do not have any effect on the freezing point of water? So here, the right answer is B, decreases. The existence of impurities decreases the freezing point of water. Question number 118. When gas is ionized, blank is formed. Is it A, ozone, B, molecule, C, plasma, or D, none of the above? So when gas is ionized, plasma is formed. Gas turns into plasma when heat or energy is added. The atoms that make up gas start to lose electrons, thus becoming positively charged. The lost electrons are able to float, which is the process of ionization. Question number 119. At room temperature, the pH value of pure water is it A, 5, B, 6, C, 7, or D, 8? So at room temperature, the pH value of pure water is C, 7. And remember, 7 is the neutral pH. It's neither alkali nor acidic. Question number 120. The pH is the measurement of acidity or basicity of an aqueous solution. The pH means is A, power of hydrogen, B, presence of hydrogen, C, power of hemoglobin, or D, presence of hemoglobin. So pH is A, power of hydrogen. Question number 121. The skeleton is made up of bones and blank. Is it A, muscle, B, skin, C, blood, or D, cartilage? So the skeleton is made up of bones and cartilage. Cartilage is a connective tissue found in various areas of the body, such as the joint between bones, the end of the ribs, or vertebrae and spine. Question number 122. Most animals can move from one place to another. This type of motion is called, is it A, locomotion, B, transport, C, movement, or D, conduction? So what is this type of motion called? It is called locomotion. A, locomotion is the act or ability of an entity to transport or move. Diseases which are present in the body since birth are called, is it A, leprosy, B, congenital, C, hemophilia, or D, none of the above? So diseases which are present in the body since birth are called B, congenital diseases. These are also known as birth defects and can be acquired during the fetal stage of development or from genetic makeup from the parents. Protozoa are blank organism. Are they A, multicellular, B, single cell, C, double, or D, none of the above? So protozoa are single-celled organisms. Question number 125. Typhoid is called. Question number 125. Typhoid is caused by a rod-shaped bacteria called, is it A, microbacteria, B, E. coli, C, Salmonella typhi, or D, none of these? If you had seen my previous video, I had mentioned that typhoid is caused by Salmonella typhi. And this is also a bacteria that is related to Salmonella food poisoning. Question number 126. Conjunctivitis is a viral infection of, is it A, lung, B, throat, C, nose, or D, eyes? So conjunctivitis is a viral infection of eyes. Conjunctivitis, also known as pink eye, is the inflammation or infection of the transparent membrane conjunctiva that lines our eyelids. So that's a very important one too. Question number 127. Plants that live in hot and dry climate of desert are known as, is it A, epiphytes, B, xerophytes, C, hydrophytes, or D, none of the above? So plants that live in harsh climates such as the desert are known as xerophytes. And one hint to remember this would be zero. Use this as zero water, because xerophytes are species of plants that have adaptations to survive in environments with little liquid water. And one example you might be familiar with is cacti. Question number 128. At mountains, there is blank oxygen content and people feel breathless and nauseous. So is it A, high, B, average, C, low, or D, none of these? So at mountains, there is low oxygen content, and people therefore feel breathless and nauseous. And it is due to the fact that there is low atmospheric pressure at high altitudes. Question number 129. The female reproductive part of a flower is known as, is it A, pistil, B, sepal, C, petal, or D, stamen? So the female reproductive part of the flower is known as A, pistil. And one of the main function of the pistil is to produce ovule. Question number 130. The process of preparation of food by plants is called, is it A, germination, B, transpiration, C, photosynthesis, or D, respiration? So the process of preparation of food by plant is called photosynthesis. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this video, and as per usual, don't forget to like this video, comment down below how you fared with this MCQ. Don't forget to share this video with your family, friends, classmates, and as per usual, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so that you will be notified when I post again.